As a minimalist, I try my best to only keep what I truly need, especially when it comes to paperwork, and all of my important paperwork is in this little folder. Now, I am somewhat of a neat freak, so be prepared to see a little bit of excessiveness, but if my important paperwork is not in this folder, some of it is on my external hard drive. When I used to do my taxes online, I actually, before getting into this, let me just put this in the air. I do not do my taxes on TurboTax anymore. Unfortunately, a lot of tax experts on there do not understand self-employment. Every year it was a disaster where someone told me that I was gonna owe $20,000 to $30,000 in taxes, and I didn't even make that much money with my, channel. When I went to a professional tax person that was in person, no pun intended, they told me, no, you would never owe that much. You don't even make that much. This is how much you'll owe, which is usually around $2 to $3 grand these days. And I'm so grateful that I decided to go to someone that was in person instead of doing it online. So my online documents throughout the years are through my external hard drive. They're on there. And I do have a separate folder for the person that I go do my taxes with now. I'm not going to show that folder because it says the name of the business. Again, I want to keep things private as much as I can. That tax folder is in the closet up top. That was last year's taxes. Everything is just printed out in there. It is a big chunky folder. I have to figure out how to organize paperwork, tax paperwork again, because I was so used to doing it all online, and now I'm back to doing it in person, which is a lot of paperwork. Anyways, that's the whole tax situation. Let's get into other important documents that I kind of organized in this simple way. This folder was from Target. I think I paid like $5 for it 2 years ago. So I've had this system for a while now. It has like these little springs. You can unclip them and put more paperwork in here if you want. You can choose any color you want. Of course, I go with black because it is forgivable with getting dirty. I did take all of my important documents out. That way my information's not out there. But the first page is, I have these like blank sheets of paper. The white is probably gonna ruin the lighting, but bear with me. These blank sheet of papers, I just end up writing what is in this pocket or what is in this particular folder, because as you guys can see, this folder comes with separate little dividers, and it does come with a stack of paper in the back if you want to jot down some notes. For the first page, I have rent checks only, and then they will be right here. I try not to write my rent checks out ahead of time anymore. The most I do is like 2 months ahead, because before I was writing them out a year ahead, 6 months ahead, and unfortunately rent goes up every year, or rent can go up any time of the year. We do not have rent control in Massachusetts, so rent can go up any time, and I'm not even sure. I don't even think there's a limit. I'm pretty sure a landlord in Mass could go up every month if they want. I'm not sure about the laws, but moral of the story, rent goes up. And I learned the hard way where I had to throw out so many checks due to me trying to be ahead with the checks and having them all nice and neat here. And then the rent went up, so I had to discard them all and just learn a valuable lesson from that situation. So anyways, I wrote down, like I said, rent checks only. I put an arrow. Every little, let me see. Yeah, most of the dividers do come with a pocket, and some are regular dividers. Behind my rent little envelope checks is mailing stamps for mailing out important documents like health insurance and stuff. And then I do have my checks my bank checks that I write out rent with. So that's the first page. Moving on to the second page is apartment 2021, and then put through because we still live here. In this little area, like behind it, I will put our lease, our pet addendum. We did have to pay to have Milo here. Everything that we paid for, or every little document we signed to be here, I have in this particular part of the folder. And then moving on, this is gonna be a short video because I don't have much in here. Moving to this side, as you can see, there is no like pocket here. This is just a regular divider. and it says personal documents. So for this part, I would put like car title. I own my car, so I put the car title here. Birth certificate, social security. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. There's other like important documents like that that involve myself, and I will just put them in back of this part here. So they're nice and protected and nice and neat. And then this part back here is vet documents. Now this is the part that takes up so much space. When I put it back in here, like the folder, like if I put all of my personal stuff, the folder is like this chunky, but when I put my vet documents, it's like this chunky. And the reason for that is because my cat has been through a lot. I have saved every bill, every document. We go to like the vets. We've been to so many vets, so many emergency rooms. The other day when I was like organizing everything, I added up all of the money that we've spent over the past almost 4 years of having our cat. All the money we've spent regarding like emergency rooms, vet appointments, treatments, medical treatments. It all came out to like almost $40,000. Pretty crazy. But I'm glad that I have everything saved, so in case something was to happen again, we have all his blood work saved. We have everything saved. And I am that kind of person that, yes, I'm a minimalist in many ways, but when it comes to health documents, especially when there's like a serious problem, I'm all about saving every type of paperwork on that health issue that there is. So I have so many documents of Milo's, all the blood work we did like 7 months of blood work back to back, the whole FIP treatment, like everything is stored in this folder. Again, it's a lot of paperwork. It was just good to have on hand, at least for myself. And then the last part is kind of personal, and I wasn't going to talk about this on here because I wanted to keep things positive, but this is a reality of my life and something that I've been through, so I might as well just show it. The last part of things that I keep is stalker documents. I was being stalked and bullied, I guess that's how you can put it. All of the paperwork that I have with my local police department and the FBI, the cyber FBI, I have all of those things documented. My local police department said make sure you keep all of these documents in case they come back around. I'm basically building a case at this point in case they bother again. Then I can, if we find out who it is, we can take them to court and hopefully get something done with that. On a positive note, things have been pretty quiet. I haven't heard anything from this weird person in the past like 7 months, so I'm very, very grateful that they've moved on. Hopefully they moved on. But I do still keep everything documented, all of the random texts that they sent me, the comments that they've sent on my channel, and just a lot of other random things, nasty messages, hurtful messages. And honestly, it's crazy to think that people have time on their hands to put someone else down. It's beyond crazy. If only people understood that life is so precious and we're only here for a short amount of time. I would never spend my time on this beautiful planet putting someone else down and stalking somebody. Like, there's so many more things that you can do. You can take a nap. That's even great for your mental health and your body. It's crazy. It still makes me feel like, wow, someone hates me that much to bother me like that and wanting me to feel sad and paranoid. It's insane. But anyways, not to get too deep into this, I do have a folder for this because in case they come back or bother me again, it's just going to be added to the case. And of course, when they do come back, I have to report it to the FBI again and my local police department so I can stay safe. On a positive note, that is my folder. That's everything that I keep in here regarding like personal information. So how I like to store this is in my backpack. A backpack that has all of my tech gadgets and everything from my job fits in that backpack. So if there ever was like an emergency where we had to leave, I can leave with all of my personal documents with just my backpack and obviously take my cat and my partner and we're out of here. I don't need to take anything else. Everything is in here. So I highly recommend you guys to create a folder It could be red too. I think red's a great color for like an emergency folder or a document folder, so that way you can see it better. I did go, like I said, I went with black to be a little bit more forgivable with stains and things like that. I've ruined folders and binders in the past because I would have them next to me while I'm eating or drinking, and then the drink spills on them. So I've learned a lot of lessons with having personal documents around and ruining them and then having to repurchase them. I was not the neatest person back then, even though I was always neat, but I wasn't always organized in a way where I knew where everything was all the time. Anyways, enough with me rambling. This is how I keep everything nice and neat. Let me know down below, how do you store your documents, whether you're a minimalist or not. Also, give me some tips below on how to store tax documents. I am so lost because now that I'm back to paper, I don't know what to do that's like not going to cause clutter. Like, I don't want to have like boxes and boxes of tax documents. I'm thinking of like, when I go to my tax person, I'm thinking of telling him or her, is there any way you can email me all of this stuff and then just, again, pour it to the external hard drive? Because like I said, the tax paperwork that I have, the folder they gave me, I'm not even kidding, it's like this big. And that was all last year's, because when you're self-employed, you have to calculate like every dollar. You have to make sure that what you spent is for the business, and it's a lot more in-depth than when you work a regular job and you just have a W-2. A 1099 is a little bit more work when it comes to doing your taxes. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one.